Hi, this is Yamuna from IELTS Grammar, and in this video I'm gonna share 6 top tips to help you score a band 9.
If you want to crack your IELTS, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss any updates.
Dear viewers, so in this video I'm gonna share some of my personal tips that helped me score a band 9, and I assure you that if you follow this pattern, you are certainly going to benefit. So now the IELTS listening test goes on for 30 minutes and it's the same for general training and for academic. It's divided into 4 parts. Part 1 would have 10 questions, and it's basically a conversation of 2 people. For example, someone booking a hotel accommodation or someone just ordering food. Part 2 would have your next 10 questions, and that's a monologue. For example, it can be a training given to new interns. Part 3 would be your next set of 10 questions, and that is a conversation of up to 4 people in university or academic settings. Part 4 is your final 10, and in that it would be a talk, that is a lecture or a speech. So my tip number 1 to you is read the questions. So read the questions thoroughly that are given to you. Try to note some keywords and match them with the recording when you hear it. And in the time that is given to you to review your answers for the current part, go to the next part and try to read the questions and get a general idea of what the question is asking you for. My tip number 2 is to look for keywords. Now, when you hear the recording, sometimes they will not use the same words that they have used in the question, just to trick you and also check your general understanding or your vocabulary. So look for synonyms that they are using, and if there is something similar, that's your answer. And also check for the progression that is being followed in the recording. At times they might give you some unnecessary information or some extra details just to again confuse you. So be very alert and do not get distracted. Be very mindful of what they are saying and try to match what is being said and what is being given in your question. My tip number 3 is to practice a variety of spellings and accents. Now in IELTS listening, you're going to hear a different variety of accents being spoken, and you should be in a position to understand what they are saying so that you can produce the right answer. For example, they might say, "My name is John Bradle," and they will spell it Braddle. Now is it a D or is it a T? It sounds very similar, but you should know how every alphabet is pronounced in the English language. And also some words will sound very similar. Is it higher or higher? Higher or hire? And some difficult words, souvenirs. How do you spell that? So try to learn different variety of spellings and accents, and that will certainly help you to get the right answer. My tip number 4 is to move on in the questions. If you have missed an answer, don't worry, don't stress, and don't get overwhelmed. Because if you have missed it, that's fine. The recordings are not going to be repeated and there's very little chance you're going to guess the answer correct. So that's fine, just move on to the next question. And also, in the time that you get to review, try to read the questions of the next part so that you're well prepared what the question is wanting you to do. My tip number 5 is read the question properly. For example, if they say write no more than 2 words, and if you write 3, 4 or 5 words, what would you get? You will lose marks. So be very careful that you follow what they are asking you to do. Read the question properly and just do what they want you to do. And if there's something you don't know, just give a wild guess. Just leave it for the end, and when you come back for review, if you don't know what it is, just from your understanding, from what the context, from what the questions are talking about, just take a wild guess. You never know, it can be correct. Now I've saved the best tip for the end, and that is practice and learn your weakness. Now the best resource for practice tests are the Cambridge Practice Tests, edition 14 being the latest. So try to do at least 1 practice test daily. And don't just focus on the quantity, but do some quality practice. What do I mean by that? When you take the practice test and check the answers, look for the mistakes that you've done. Try to discover what's your weakness and work on those areas. And take the same test again and see if you do repeat that mistake again. So in that way, try to do a lot of practice tests, see what your weakness is and work on it. And trust me, that will be your best friend. So my overall advice to you is that along with all the strategies that I have given, try to be very focused in your listening test, because it's all about your concentration and how alert you are, not missing any detail or any piece of information. So if your mind gets distracted very often, a good idea to practice some mind control, some meditation, so that you can focus on your listening test. So I wish you good luck on your IELTS journey. Until we meet next time, take care.